Someone requested that I do a video on animal rights, and it's not something I talk about because it's just my issue of animal rights is that I don't believe in being cruel to animals, but at the same time I can see why they're cruel to animals, but not like you might think. I don't think it is right to kill animals just because we want to eat them. I don't think it's right to kill animals just because there's too many cats in your neighborhood and you don't want the feral cats running amok. The reason I believe in killing animals is to change the environment. I am a firm believer in that it is mankind's destiny and spiritual duty to affect the environment any way he can, hoping for a positive change. Like, let's say, for example, lions. The lion population is down to 7,500, I believe. I might be wrong about that. It's very little. And it is mankind's duty to say, well, let's bring that down to 0. Let's make lions go extinct. That way it affects the environment in some catastrophic way. And when I say catastrophic, I don't necessarily mean negative. I just mean radical. I mean extreme. And that's the way I view animal cruelty, in that if it can achieve some kind of transformation of the natural order, hey, go for it. But to just kill them to eat them, or to kill them because you think your god demands an animal sacrifice or something, no, that's barbaric. And, as much as people claim I'm Jewish and things like that, I do not believe in kosher. If you knew about kosher, it is extremely revolting what they do to these poor animals. They slit their throat, and they hang them upside down, and wait for the blood to drain, and they watch as they bleed to death. There is no excuse for that in the world. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. If you think that it is okay to watch an animal slowly die and make it go through that excruciating death, then you're an animal. You're more of an animal than they are. And so, how I view animal cruelty is I don't like it, but it's not really a concern of mine. It's not really a big issue of mine. I don't really particularly care about dog fighting or cockfighting. I probably would bet on cockfighting, because I just figure animals are a means to an ends. But then again, I feel the same way about people. So, the point is the principle. It doesn't matter about your feelings. It doesn't matter about your views. It only matters that the principle is implemented. And, while I would want to liberate animals and have them share in the glory of the communist state, I don't believe that they will. I don't believe that any animal on this planet will ever gain sentience. Even though I'm a firm believer in evolution, I don't believe any animal will gain the sort of intellect to be as a human being and comprehend that spiritual origin. And because of that, I don't see animals as, something that needs to be protected, something that has rights. They are merely an extension of our own willpower as the more intelligent species. And I don't say that to say we're better than them. I don't think I'm better than an animal. I just think that I'm more intelligent, and that gives me permission to do what I need to do to an animal for the greater good. Because that's what it's all about. That only the greater good matters. It doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter how I feel. It only matters that something good comes out of all of this. And I could be wrong about my particular actions or thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I think might lead to a greater good might not. I'm not suggesting that everything I say is perfect and everything I say will automatically be a positive result, but I am saying that that gives you the okay to go about being cruel to whatever you need to be cruel to. So that's how I view animal rights. And I don't agree with PETA, but I respect PETA. I respect PETA in that they truly believe that doing this for animals is the greater good. They believe that all beings, whether they be a dog or a human or a dolphin or a salmon or whatever, has certain inalienable rights, and it is not correct of us to devour them and to farm them and to treat them like shit just because it's profitable and because we like to eat them. And for that, I admire PETA, and I will defend anyone that is in PETA or any other animal rights activist group, because I see in them something greater than your typical slob that just doesn't care. But I don't agree with them. I don't agree with what they think is the greater good, only that I see in them good. And but that's more than can be said of most people regardless. So it's something. So yeah, I'm pretty much neutral on animal rights, but I lean toward more admiration and respect for animal rights than I do for the people that think it's okay to just treat animals like shit and to eat meat and crap like that. And I seriously don't think it's okay to just bash these people, because that's what the reactionaries do. Like that fucking Trent Peacock. Recently he made some kind of joke against animal rights activists. He made a joke against vegans, and it's bullshit. You know why they do that? Because they're an easy target. Nobody likes vegans. Nobody really believes what they believe. They're a small minority. They're an unpopular opinion, so it's easy to bash them. But you're not going to see him bash some bigger group that could actually alienate him. He's a pussy. He's a coward. And anyone that bashes animal rights activists is also a coward. So I'm not going to waste my time bashing them. I will disagree with them, and I will agree with them when and if I do, but I'm not going to bash them. And I would hope that they feel the same way about me, that they might strongly disagree with, you know, my view that animals are a means to an end, and we have every right to be mean and cruel and murderous to them to get what we want, but that they see that I'm not doing this because, you know, I just want to eat meat and fuck everybody else, you know. It's about an end result. It's about looking toward the future. So I guess that's my view on animal rights. I seriously don't care if animals get killed or eaten or hurt, just as I don't care if a human gets killed, eaten, or hurt. All that matters is whether or not it is a good result or a bad result. And unfortunately, 99% of the time, it's a bad result. So I guess that's it.